What is a Formula One diffuser? Well, you can see it here. This is under the rear wing of the car at the very, very back. And what this does is it essentially filters the air as it exits from underneath the car, creating downforce. So in the current era, in the ground effect era, we use these, I say we, they use these Venturi tunnels to filter the air under the car, channel it, and accelerate it so that when it comes out the back of the car, it increases that low pressure, sucking the car down to the ground. Okay, so if we're getting rid of the Venturi tunnels, are the diffusers going away? Well, no, because there were diffusers before the ground effect era. They still have to manage the airflow under the car as it exits, so we're still going to have diffusers moving forward. However, I want to talk about a really fascinating era between 2009 and 2014, when diffusers went through huge revolutions and evolutions, eventually standardizing to where we are right now with this current exhaust system and the diffuser as it is. So let's start out by going back to 2009 with the Brawn GP car. Now, this was the only year Brawn GP raced in Formula One, and they won the championship, soon to be taken over by Mercedes. But I want to talk about the diffuser. So as you'll see here, this is known as the double diffuser. So you've got the standard diffuser sort of fins at the back here, but you've also got this section here, which is the top section, the double, the second part of the diffuser. Now what this did is it actually channeled extra air into the diffuser. And more air into the diffuser means more effect. So they brought in extra air and essentially doubling the effect of the diffuser coming out the back of the car, creating more downforce. Brawn had the most advanced effective system, but I think Williams and I think Toyota also had a sort of double diffuser situation going on. A lot of the teams caught up, but Brawn really took advantage of this. At the end of the year, it was banned, which led to the blown diffuser. Now, this is a later iteration on Red Bull, which basically used a similar principle, but using exhaust gases. So they fed the exhaust gases into the diffuser, which again increased the effectiveness of the diffuser. Now, this was nothing new. This had been done before, but in the past, it only works when you got your foot on the gas, right? Because that's the only time exhaust is pumping out the back. However, in collaboration with Renault, they actually made it so the engine was pushing out exhaust gases or air or something, even when the foot was off the gas. So it was kind of like a pump, pumping out this stuff. So it made the blown diffuser much more effective. Now, a lot of the teams worked with this. They iterated over the years. The FIA was coming back and forth and sort of challenging them. Eventually it got banned. Well, it didn't really get banned. It just, when hybrid came in, it didn't really work anymore. And they came back to the sort of standard system of putting the exhaust under the rear wing.